Hey everyone, Angelo here, Hollywood filmmaker, greatest screenwriter in the history of the world, recovering homeless guy. And it's a beautiful day out in Southern California. I'm relaxing here. I've been writing either in cafes or outside a little bit lately. First of all, the weather's perfect for it. But also, we had a heat wave for a few days, and it was so unbearable in my apartment. I was sleeping on my couch with the patio door all the way open, and I was with no blanket, and I was sweating throughout the night. And so I started coming to cafes. And then I realized, oh, like I love doing this. This is great. I don't know if I felt as comfortable writing in cafes before, but my writing approach has changed. Meaning just my process, how I write. There are different processes you can use. You can try and design everything and outline it and diagram it and extract, like what this character wants, why it's important to them, how the story world's going to reflect it, what the actual like story is, what kind of opposition do they face, or what kind of mysteries are involved. What do you want people to feel? There's that way, and there's another way of going from the other direction, which is sort of unguided and just trying to find your way and let your intuitive voice, your unconscious voice come out, and the power of that come out. So it can be a little messy and rough, but frankly, so is the other way. I am well into recovery from depersonalization, derealization symptoms. I keep digging down, reminding myself, focus on the body, be embodied, uh, get to the root. These are Jordan Hargrave's words coming out of me, like because I've been studying his techniques for how to recover, and it's been enormously helpful when, frankly, it is absolutely terrifying and disorienting and confusing. But I'm getting way better by not focusing on the symptoms, but by focusing on the body, conveying safety to the body so my body is not in a trauma state and it no longer thinks I'm under threat, because there's clearly no threat around, but our brains have not evolved to understand that, so it perceives emotional threat as a physical threat and puts us into the sort of panic mode that I've gone in and out of. And when I go through that, it seems like the world's ending. It feels like death. It is absolutely horrifying, and it seems permanent, unalterable, and crippling. And yet, if I address the body with a lot of dedication, I'm able to alleviate those symptoms significantly. Now, I need to keep doing it. That's the thing. You can't like get comfortable in your progress and just think, well, your symptoms are gone, so you're good. No, it's keep doing it until you've created those that recognition in your body that you are safe and you are out of threat, and then just continually live a healthy lifestyle and regulate your emotions and release tension and stress. Again, Jordan Hargrave's words coming out of my mouth, so credit to him. I'm not trying to copy what he's saying. I'm trying to say, if you are going through this, go look at he has this free module, this free video he links to in all his videos, the four or five like core steps of retraining your brain or recovering from DPDR or something. But it's quite helpful. I kind of wish I had dug into this a long time ago, but I believe things happen the way they need to happen. Couldn't happen any other way, and it's going to be a beautiful thing. And the good thing is too, even once I'm out of DPDR symptoms, I don't care about them. Like, they don't traumatize me. They don't leave any imprint. I'm like, oh, I don't care. I'm good. They're terrifying in the moment because they trick your brain into believing they're permanent. Anyways, so I'm out here. I'm going to write soon, but I want to take a moment to recognize something very sad. A fellow rollerblader who I did not know, or I don't know, if I encountered him ever, I'm not aware of it. Jonathan Gonzalez, I just want to say his name, died last night rollerblading on Olympic Boulevard in Bundy, not far from here in West LA. He was hit by a hit-and-run driver. So the driver's still at large. That, to me, it's almost besides the point to think, this specific driver, yes, please hold him accountable, but nothing will bring this guy back. And for one thing, it's horrifying in any aspect you look at it. The family, I can't. But he died doing something I love and that many of us love here, rollerblading. I'm in a rollerblading group where apparently he rolled out with us or did something with us. Somebody mentioned something about that in the group chats I'm in. And again, I don't know if I ever encountered him or not, but that's just horrible. And he was either 30 or in his 30s. I read both things. So young. And it doesn't matter how old he was, but that's the reality of what happened. And of course, it happened on Olympic Boulevard. And that's not the first hit and run death of someone on active transportation on Olympic Boulevard. There was, I don't remember the details now, I didn't even think to look it up, a young woman who died on Olympic Boulevard, I believe on her bike, when a young man was speeding like 100 miles an hour in a luxury car. His dad got him. I think that's the story. You can correct me if I'm wrong. And he already had multiple problems with his driving record. And he had this huge force multiplier that, you don't count on killing someone, except eventually people's luck runs out and that happens. But here's the bigger issue. Yes, we have cars that are too fast. We have prioritized car travel and speed too much. And Olympic Boulevard is not like just some random place where people get killed like this. And I'm sure there are many other crashes there that injure people. Olympic Boulevard is a massive, intimidating road. It's soulless in a lot of it. It prioritizes vehicle speed. Like, I've never seen roads that big in Virginia. Only like the freeway, like 66 if you go out of certain ways, or Route 50 in certain parts. You don't see roads this fucking gigantic there. And what's that mean? Vehicles are prioritized. Pedestrians and non-vehicle traffic, like cyclists, people on other mobility devices, people on rollerblades, are not prioritized. Scooters, they're not safe on them. And as I say that, I realize somebody else was hit in a hit and run, and they were on the scooter and hit a pedestrian and killed them. And that's a whole other problem of horrible too, but also same issue, the architecture. Why is the only place, and they were speeding, they were going way too fast on the sidewalk. You have to, that's the thing, you shouldn't, it's a whole mess. I'm not trying to parse everything out. It's horrible. But the fact is, our streets are not safe because of how they're designed to prioritize cars and vehicle speed. So when you have this massive boulevard, Olympic Boulevard, I don't know what time of day this happened. I think it was at night. I'm not totally sure. But this kind of thing happens a lot, like it happened during COVID when the streets were empty. Less people were driving. Well, why? How does that make sense? When there's less people driving, there is greater opportunity to speed. The streets are more open, and it signals the drivers that it's safe to drive faster. But then, of course, the reaction time is reduced, and you get more crashes. And that may have been the case here. I don't know. I don't know what other factors contributed. And you can blame whoever and say, why was the rollerblader out there? That's none of your business. Like, that is, that's up to everyone, to keep themselves safe to a point. And I say to a point because it's on us also to keep others safe by prioritizing safe streets. We can narrow streets like Olympic, put in bus lanes, bike lanes, a bike path. It's wide enough for all that. We can put a streetcar, a metro there. We can get way more people through at far less a cost and make the streets healthier, happier, and make communities more connected. Make this city more livable, reduce air pollution, reduce traffic noise, make traveling more healthy, happy, joyous by prioritizing all types of traffic or all types of mobility and not just cars. Because then driving a car is much better. Because then you're not contending with so much traffic. Because people who shouldn't be driving or don't want to be driving aren't. And I hope there's something that can make this passing meaningful, which is that other people's lives can be saved and improved. Nothing's going to bring this guy back. Jonathan Gonzalez, excuse me. It's utterly senseless, and too few of us look at the bigger picture of why is the street like this? Why this is LA is kind of anomalous, and America and North America is an outlier, or tends to be an outlier. Maybe some areas of the world also have such high rates of traffic deaths, but we don't have this in streets that are more narrow, that have more architecture, more complexity, so drivers know to slow down. We don't have that in places with a lot more pedestrian traffic, less street traffic, less vehicle speed, more metro service, more bike lanes, bus service, bike paths, open streets. We don't see that. This is by design, essentially. And it's a matter of luck until our luck runs out. And this, I can't even describe it. This inhumanity, this cruelty that's inflicted on this poor guy, Jonathan Gonzalez, this rollerblader. I can't even say the words as far, the people in his life. So I'm going to try and make this a joyous day in spite of all that, and focus on my recovery. I'm out here with my laptop. I've learned to love writing on my laptop while out. And also, it's a beautiful thing being out. I have run into several friends while out on my bike, and that's another reason we deserve to prioritize other types of traffic other than cars, because it makes getting around so much healthier and happier. All right, everyone, let me know what you think. Bye.